I am in Unreal with my project and I am ready to import it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder, and that folder can be my assets or something like that, so I know where I'm putting my stuff. I'm going to go into there and then click import. Now it's going to go, where is the thing? So I'm going to find my battery, the scenes, and I want to import my battery mesh. So it's asking me some information about it. Is it a skeletal mesh? No, but we'll do that when it comes to our character. We want it to auto-generate collisions. Do I want any transformations to happen? Ideally we don't. We want this to happen in Maya, where we can change the size, etc., and I'll show you how to do that. What material do we want it to have? Well, nothing, because I want it to import the material and texture that I put on it in Maya. It'll give me some errors. One of these errors is normal, the other two aren't. So this top FBX one, I will have a look at these ones and see if that's going to affect what's happening. And when I import it, it comes up with three different things. So one's the texture, which is the image file. So I don't really want to do anything to that, but it's going to read from it. My battery mesh, which is the actual model, and then my material. My material here is where we can plug in some different things. So for example, a base color. The base color is when that's the default for it. Then we've got our normal, which we can use to add some extra texture fill, so for a brick wall or something like that. You've got emissive, where we can create a glow around the outside, specular, metallic. Look into those, we've talked about them, but you can plug more than one of these in, save, and it will change that. So I'm going to drag in my battery and see how it looks in the scene. So it looks pretty small. I'm going to press play. Oh, blimey, that's quite loud in my ears. Probably wasn't for you. Okay, so it's not too bad, but from a distance it really has no appeal. I think because it will be like a pickup that I have, I'm going to make it bigger. Now I could go and resize it for every single one in here, but that's going to take a long time. Instead, what I'd like to do is I would like for it to be big, about that size when I bring it in. So I'm going to go back to Maya and I'm going to make it larger, and I'll adjust it so the pivot's going to be right. I've increased it by 3 times, so I've done that, so I'll freeze my transformations. I'm going to export that. Export selection, all the same stuff. And I can keep everything the same as before. Everything's still open. All I do is over my mesh, right click, re-import, and there you go. So let's see how big that is. That's not too bad. So let's move it in front so I don't have to blast my ears. Okay, yeah, there we go. There it is sitting there, that's nice. And if the same is for my material, so if I was to re-import a material or a texture, right click on it, and I can re-import. So for example in here, what I will do is I'll change all of those colors instead of them being blue. So let's say now it is something to do with a health pack. Green is normally that color. So I'm going to go into the correct layer, and blimey, we won't have that. Alright, let's save that out, and I will go to my source images. I'll call this one battery health texture, and I am then going to